It started as a harmless dinner. Or at least that's what I told myself when I planned it. My husband Ryan had invited his old college friend Matt over for the evening. They hadn't seen each other in years, and I wanted everything to be perfect. I set the table, cooked a 3-course meal, and made sure the wine was his favorite. But as the night went on, something in me changed. Maybe it was the wine. Maybe it was frustration. Or maybe it was the growing distance between Ryan and me. Either way, I said things I can never take back. What if one joke went too far and cost you everything? Ryan had always been the quieter one. Thoughtful, patient, steady. He wasn't the kind to boast or interrupt. Matt, on the other hand, was loud, charming, and full of stories. He dominated the conversation effortlessly, making us laugh at every turn. Somewhere in the middle of dinner, Matt started teasing Ryan about how he used to be too soft back in college, always letting people walk over him. Everyone laughed, and I joined in a little too eagerly. "Oh, that hasn't changed," I said with a smirk. "He's still like that, kind, but way too nice for his own good." The table went quiet for a moment. Ryan gave me a look. Not angry, but hurt. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. I kept going, adding, "Sometimes I wish he'd grow a spine. You know, stand up for himself instead of always trying to be the good guy." Matt chuckled awkwardly, trying to lighten the mood, but the damage was done. Ryan forced a small smile and nodded like he was used to being the punchline. For some reason, that made me feel powerful. It was cruel, but at that moment, I didn't care. But what if the man you mocked finally stood up in a way you never expected? After dinner, Matt excused himself to the living room, saying he needed to take a call. Ryan and I stayed in the kitchen, the air thick with tension. He said quietly, "Was that really necessary?" I shrugged, avoiding his eyes. "Relax, it was a joke. Don't be so sensitive." He didn't respond. Just cleared the plates silently. The clinking of dishes was the only sound between us. When Matt came back, he acted like nothing had happened, but I could see the discomfort in his eyes. The warmth that had filled the room earlier was gone. Later, when Matt left, he shook Ryan's hand firmly and said, "It was good seeing you, man. You've built a beautiful life here." Then he glanced at me, his expression unreadable. As soon as the door closed, the silence between Ryan and me grew heavy. I tried to lighten the mood, pouring myself another glass of wine. "Come on, don't be mad. You know I was just teasing." He looked at me then, really looked at me, and I'll never forget his eyes. Resolved, distant. He didn't yell. He didn't argue. He just said, "You've been mocking me for months, not just tonight. You used to be proud of who I was. Now you treat me like I'm beneath you." My mouth opened, but no words came out. I wanted to defend myself, but deep down I knew he was right. The long hours at work, the stress, the resentment. I'd let all of it twist into contempt. He sighed and said softly, "You wanted me to grow a spine. You'll see what that looks like." I frowned, confused, as he walked past me and into the bedroom. I heard drawers open, then close. Minutes later, he came out holding a packed bag. "Where are you going?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Somewhere I'm respected," he said simply. And with that, he walked out the door. I stood there frozen, the echo of his footsteps haunting me. It wasn't until the headlights disappeared that I realized what I'd done. The next morning, I found a note on the counter. It said, "You used to lift me up. Now you tear me down. I deserve better, and so do you." My chest tightened. I called him over and over, but he didn't answer. His phone went straight to voicemail. Over the next few days, his things disappeared one by one. The house felt emptier, colder. I didn't even notice when Matt texted me, asking if everything was okay. All I could think about was the look on Ryan's face before he left. The calm of a man who'd finally had enough. Weeks have passed since that night. I replay it constantly in my mind. Every laugh, every cruel word, every moment I could have stopped but didn't. It's ironic, really. I mocked him for being too kind, too patient, too forgiving until I pushed him past forgiveness. Now I understand that strength isn't loud or cruel. It's quiet. It's walking away when you've been disrespected one too many times. Ryan finally grew the spine I demanded, and I was the reason he had to.